As with other operating systems, it's very important that BSD Unix be able to maintain its ports software collection. So periodic maintenance is absolutely necessary to keep packages up to date, to keep the ports collection updated, and to audit the package. And when we say auditing packages, we're basically talking about comparing them and looking at them for security vulnerabilities. Now there's a few utilities available to help you do this, to keep these ports updated and maintained, and we're going to look at a few of them. We're going to look at Port Upgrade, Port Manager, and Port Audit. We're back in our FreeBSD 8 box, our VMware box. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Port Upgrade command. Now, the Port Upgrade command basically allows you to check the status of a particular package and see if it is up to date, see if there's any additional updates out there. Let's look at the CDR Tools package and let's see if it determines whether there is any updates needed. So it's looking at the packages, it's going out and checking them, it's going to look at dependencies, and if there are any, it's going to download them and update them. If they're not, you're going to just basically get what we see on the screen. There are no updates necessary for it. Now, there's another way to update your ports, and that's through Port Manager. Let's take a look at Port Manager, and we're going to look at Port Manager, and we're going to say sysutils/CDR tools. You actually have to specify a directory in there. So let's go ahead and enter that. And Port Manager is going to do some of the same thing. It's actually going to look out there and see what the installed port data is, and it's going to check the CDR Tools packages, and it's going to tell us there at the bottom that all ports are up to date. And we can do this with a great many directories also. We don't have to just use one particular directory. We can check an entire series of ports. Now the next thing we want to look at is Port Audit. Now Port Audit basically downloads a database, a security database of known vulnerabilities, and it can check against your ports to make sure that those vulnerabilities are not present in your ports packages. If we simply say Port Audit -FDA, it's going to go and update the ports database and then compare it against the packages that you have installed. So download the database, and it checked them, and I actually found a problem there with the libtool, and it says that there's a library search privilege escalation issue. So basically you would want to go and research that at the website given and determine whether or not you want to update that package or do whatever action is necessary on the website there to fix that problem. So basically they're advising you to update or deinstall the affected packages immediately if you like, but I would recommend that you, when you see a problem like this, you actually go and read the details first, because sometimes upgrading them or deinstalling them may cause your system to become unstable, or you may read the advisory and determine that you don't need to update or reinstall. So I would recommend that you do that before you actually go and do an update or an uninstall on the affected packages. Those are just a few of the utilities that you can use to manage your ports and packages and keep your software on the system up to date and secure.